What's up, moviegoers? It's Gronskin, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the WandaVision Episode 1 and Episode 2 series review that is on Disney+. There is going to be some major spoilers, so if you guys have not seen the show yet, watch the show, then come back. But during this video, I am going to be giving you my theories and the plot. Okay guys, so this show first starts off with Wanda and Vision moving into their new hometown as newly couples. Starts off in the 50s or the 60s. I believe in the episode 1, there's basically like a mixture of two sitcoms all together in one. We have I Love Lucy and we have Bewitched. We get to see where Vision works, as a husband. We get to see what Wanda does during her time alone in the house. And then we meet Agnes, starring as Catherine Hahn, who can be a little bit nosy at times. She can pop out of nowhere. She can be nosy, she can be annoying, but extremely entertaining at the same time. She does a magnificent job getting into character with this, annoying, nosy person who just can't stay out of anyone's business. She gives Wanda a bit of advice about her romantic life, how she can upscale that with Vision. But of course, Wanda says she has that under control. Now, the first episode starts off with the newlywed couple moving in to their lovely home, wondering what that little heart is on the calendar. They both have, mixed feelings. They think it's, something to celebrate with about their love relationship. I think it's their anniversary. And then fast forward a few minutes later, we get to see Vision at his job. Wanda's, at home preparing for Vision to come home for a nice romantic dinner and all that stuff. Vision works as a editor person or something, and then we get to see his boss telling him, "We can't wait to see you tonight." Now Wanda's thinking that this is an anniversary, a romantic night for them to do whatever, while Vision is just now realizing at work that it's his boss coming over for dinner. Vision comes home with the boss and his wife. We have Wanda that set up candles all around the house. The lights are dimmed down. She's thinking that Vision is going to have They're going to have, a romantic night, not knowing that in reality, the Vision's boss and wife are actually having dinner. Wanda is in some type of, nice robe for this romantic night. As we get into the dinner scene, which is going to be a little bit weird talking about, this show does get into like a Twilight Zone feeling, a horror vibe feeling. We have Wanda who set up a lovely breakfast dinner around the table. They have the boss and the boss's wife at the dinner table. He's a very, very strict guy, by the way. And as they're eating dinner, the boss asks Wanda and Vision how they met, why they came here, and then it starts to get a little bit creepy. Vision and Wanda start to kind of lose the memory of how they don't know how this, all started. They don't know when they got married. They don't know when their anniversary was. They don't know why they moved to this town. But the boss keeps asking questions, and then eventually he chokes on his food, and this is where it gets a little bit kind of like creepy. We get his wife saying,
"Married when? Damn it, why?"
"Oh, Arthur, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it."
She keeps saying it. He's choking on the ground, and I'm like, what in the world? Someone better help him. and WandaVision just look at each other like they're just gonna let him choke on his food. And I was a little bit confused in this scene, but eventually Wanda breaks this this TV sitcom reality and tells Vision to help him. Eventually, Vision sticks his hand down the boss's throat, gets the food, and then all of a sudden, everything just goes back to normal. The boss acts like nothing just happened. He's more nicer to Vision. He says, let's talk about that promotion when you come back to work on Monday morning. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be like the rest of the season. Things are going to get a little bit crazy. Now, after the boss and his wife leaves the house, Wanda looks extremely exhausted. Vision and Wanda sit on the couch, just talking to each other, wondering, we don't have an anniversary, we don't even have a song, we don't even have wedding rings. Wanda eventually makes some wedding rings for them, and see the show, Wanda and Vision show, zoom out of the screen, and we see, it looks like this is present day. We see someone writing down on a notepad, taking notes on the show. I did hear a rumor about some type of agency called SWORD, which is kind of like SHIELD, but I think Nick Fury created it in a past movie, maybe, let me think, Civil War or Winter Soldier, somewhere around there. But we get to see the SWORD, someone like in a SWORD truck writing notes, and I guarantee it has to be Darcy Lewis, because I don't know, who else would it be? Now, going into episode 2 of WandaVision, we get to see Wanda and Vision still living in their suburban home. We get to see Vision practicing on this magic. He's practicing his magic trick with Wanda that they're going to present later in this episode during this small audience. It's a magic show. They're practicing for this magic trick that they've been practicing on. We get to see them practice on their magic trick for the show. Eventually Vision goes to meet up with some friends at the library while Wanda is still doing her usual thing in the house, cleaning up. All of a sudden, we hear a big ka-thunk, a big boom from the outside of the house. We get a very close zoom in on Wanda's face. She looks extremely curious and a little bit frightened about what that noise was. Now, she goes outside of her house, and we get to see this kind of colored helicopter, which was a little bit creepy for me, of how, it was kind of creepy, but kind of cool at the same time, of how it looked. It looked like the helicopter was a toy, and it came out of present day. The camera zooms in on the helicopter, and we get to see this SWORD, the SWORD logo agency, the SWORD agency logo on the helicopter. Wanda kind of looks extremely confused, but at the same time, in my opinion, I think she knows exactly what's going on. Once she looks at that SWORD logo, she kind of looks like she knows who those people are, what they're up to, or what they're planning to do. And then all of a sudden, when Agnes comes over to greet her, say hi, Wanda hides the helicopter, acting like she doesn't want Agnes to see what it is. And yeah, eventually Agnes and Wanda are going for a walk. They're on their way to a group meeting with the ladies. Eventually we meet Dottie, which is kind of like a perfectionist. She can be sassy at times. She can be a bit moody, a bit selfish, mean to the other ladies. And then at this meeting, we get a scene where we get to meet Monica Rambeau disguising herself as this person called Geraldine. It's probably a made-up name, but Monica Rambeau is eventually, I heard, is eventually going to be in Captain Marvel 2. So this is actually her first Marvel project. She does a wonderful job getting into character with this person who is trying to kind of play dumb in the show and kind of blend in with everyone else in this modern day that, in my theory, Wanda created this kind of TV sitcom reality around her. After the meeting with Wanda and all the other ladies, Wanda helps out with the chores, the dishes, and she just helps Dottie clean up. Dottie starts to get a little bit like sassy and a little bit kind of mean and strict, telling Wanda.
I've heard things about you and your husband, but
Eventually, on the little radio that's on the table, we hear someone saying,
Wanda, can you read me? Who's doing this to you?
Dottie asks Wanda, who is that? And then slowly turns her head at Wanda and says, who are you? And then eventually the little radio breaks and Dottie kind of snaps the glass in her hand, and it appears that there's blood on her hand. But yet again, as we saw in the beginning of the show with that color helicopter, Dottie's hand, the blood is actually red to the point where we can actually see the full color. So it's not in black or gray. So yeah, that scene is very confusing. Now, after the scene where we see Wanda talking to all these women during the meeting, we get to see Vision walking into the library, greeting the group, asking them if he can join. They don't really want him to join, but then his humor kind of cracks him up, and he eventually joins the group. They talk about, gossip around the neighborhood, the town of Westview. And Vision mentioned something kind of like work related, and they all just laugh. And eventually the group is talking about food. Vision mentions that he doesn't eat. And then eventually one of the guys gives Vision a piece of gum. Vision seems pretty okay with it. Vision eats the gum, and eventually it malfunctions he eventually swallows the gum, and it malfunctions his system and his body, kind of causing him to look and kind of feel drunk. He arrives at the magic show where Wanda is. We get to see Geraldine, starring as Monica Rambeau, in the scene, kind of being their assistant. Vision comes to the talent show looking and feeling drunk, which is kind of like a funny thing that you would kind of see in a sitcom. They do their little magic show, but Vision, the gum is stuck kind of in his body, causing him to malfunction. He several times tries to reveal, his superpowers, where he's levitating. Eventually, Wanda uses her reality superpowers to make it look kind of as fake as possible. Each time he does something that would spoil their powers to the audience. Now, fast forward a few minutes in the show, they eventually win. Spoiler alert. Well, you're already watching this video, but spoiler alert, they eventually win the crown, their trophy. They come home. They kind of, have this romantic, kind of fall. They come home. They talk about how they did this for the children, for this fundraiser. That's why they did the magic show for the children at this elementary school. Eventually, Wanda tells Vision, "Oh, I should probably get something to eat for the children." And eventually, Wanda looks pregnant. Her stomach is, full. She looks pregnant. They're getting ready to kiss. And right before they kiss, they hear another ka-thunk, a boom outside the house. They go outside and they see this kind of like beekeeper come out of the sewer drain, causing this very suspenseful scene, very kind of dark, not knowing what's going to happen next. The beekeeper in the suit comes out of the little pothole drain, and Wanda eventually says, No. And after that happens, everything rewinds right before they kiss. And then it's kind of like a little bit different. And she says, Vision, is this really happening? To the point where it's like almost as if Wanda actually created this reality. As in, she doesn't want anything to mess up her reality. If I were to give 4 of my theories for the show, I would probably say that 1, this is all Wanda's reality. I feel like now that Vision's dead, she never got that life that she wanted with Vision. So she created this kind of this sitcom reality where he's in it. She gets more time with him. And I feel like the Sword Agency is trying to kind of hop into a reality, thinking that someone is doing this to Wanda, when really Wanda is doing it to herself. So they're trying to kind of get into a reality, which is why I think the beekeeper who came out of the drain was probably working for the Sword Agency. That's why I think she rewinded it right back before they kissed, when they were in the house. Another theory is Monica Rambeau. As we know, I think she does work for Sword, the agency, but I do think she was fooling around with, I don't know, something, and then she got caught up into Wanda's reality sitcom show. And she pretends to be, actually, I take that back. I think that she went in there purposely to pretend to be someone she's not, to figure out what's going on, or to get Wanda, Scarlet Witch, out of this reality. Another one of my theories that I thought was probably the most accurate was when I was seeing one of the trailers of this show. I kind of pointed something out when Wanda was kind of reaching her hand, trying to touch this, the Mind Stone. I think that was at the end of the show. I think that's going to be at the end of the show. Wanda's going to get in trouble. The S.H.I.E.L.D. agency is going to maybe lock her up for what she's been doing around this whole reality thing. They're going to lock her up after maybe they catch her, and I don't know. I think that scene where she's reaching out to that little stone is going to lead into Doctor Strange 2. I don't think that scene was part of Captain America Civil War, because she definitely looked a little bit more grown up. So yeah. But yeah, guys, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more WandaVision episode reviews, spoiler reviews, or non-spoiler reviews. Like, comment, or subscribe, and I will get back to you with more videos. Bye, guys, and have a good day.